Hi guys! Well, I'm getting ready to wash my hair and today I'm going to be using the Luv Naturals product line. Looking forward to that. I'm going to start out with their Detangler, which is called Don't Be So Clingy. Then I'm going to move on to my shampoo, which is the Roots Rosemary Oil Treatment Shampoo. Then I'm going to follow that up with the Luv Naturals Conditional Love Conditioner and end it all off with the Luv Naturals Love Me and Leave-In Conditioner. So let's get started. Okay, so to get started, I sectioned my hair into 4 large sections and I twisted them up. And then I saturated my hair with warm water by just sticking my head under the sink and warming it up. And then I took the Don't Be So Clingy and I applied a good bit to my hand and ran it through my hair. This is the first step that KimiTube recommends with her product line, so I went ahead and did that first, although that's not generally what I do. When I detangle my hair, I usually do it much later in the process. But I decided to go ahead and do it at the beginning since this was step 1. You'll see here that I apply it to the back of my hair, and I took a section that was, normally tangled from the week's worth of twists. I just applied it to one big section. And you can see that the amount of my hand wasn't very large. But I took the hair and I just started pulling it apart to see if it would actually detangle. You can see that the hair started to come apart very easily there. I had removed shed hair by just pulling on it from the ends, and then I started to just separate my hair by pulling small sections one at a time. And I was amazed. After doing that for a little while, I was able to run my finger through my hair and finger comb it very simply, and I was pretty impressed with that. So after about a half an hour or 45 minutes of detangling, I went and washed out the detangler, and then I applied step 3, Conditional Love, which was the conditioner. I planned on using it as a deep conditioner. I got big globs of it and just applied it to large sections of my hair, as you see here. I didn't worry about starting right up at the roots and working all the way down. I thought that it would distribute pretty well, so I did start somewhere toward the middle and just work it down to the tips, and then I went back up to the top with it. And I did need to get a little bit more and apply that. I wanted to make sure that it was all throughout my hair, so I did end up applying a bit more of it. I like to squeeze conditioner through my hair to make sure that it's distributed, and then I just retwisted it up. Now I do not have those nice plastic caps, so when I was done I used a plastic bag and put it on my hair and I tied it down. I have a little technique going now because I use plastic bags every single week when I do my hair. So I just stuck the twists up on the top of my head, kind of joined them together up there, put the plastic bag on and squeezed all of the air out of it, and then tied it down. Cute, right? So after 30 minutes I washed out the deep conditioner and then I applied the leave-in conditioner. I had to work really hard to get it out of the bottle. I had to squeeze, but eventually I did get it out. And I got a good little bit there, rubbed my hands together and applied it to that front section that you see. I applied it initially to the ends because I wanted to make sure that the ends were well moisturized, but I found that it didn't distribute very well. So you'll see me working really hard to try to spread it out and distribute it throughout that entire section of hair. The nice thing about that is that I was also able to stretch the ends a little bit though. If you see there on the inside, it didn't distribute very well on the inside, so I worked on that some more, and eventually I made that one big twist into 2 smaller twists. So here I am, I'm stretching it out, and then I'll start to twist up that front section, and eventually I twisted up the second section as well. I did that all over my hair and eventually ended up with 8 medium-sized twists. Hey guys, well I'm all done with my hair now, and I wanted to give you my impressions of the products that I used to do it. I twisted it up, I finished it last night, and I'm up this morning ready to go. So let's get started. So I started out with Luv Naturals Step 1, Don't Be So Clingy, which is the detangler. And it smells like orange, like sweet orange. It's very thick and creamy. As you can see, there's nothing coming out when I hold it upside down. I did not have to use a lot at all. I used about that much on my whole head of hair. And you guys know my hair is it's about mid-back length. So that was not a lot of product for a lot of hair. I was really impressed with this product, guys. It slid onto my hair and it didn't feel like there was going to be a lot of slip. But then when I started separating the sections, they just fell apart like butter. I was really, really amazed at how easily the sections just glided apart. There wasn't a lot of work, there wasn't a lot of tangles. I didn't think that there was enough product. I'm just going to tell you the truth. I thought this isn't a whole lot to put on a big section because I put my hair into 4 sections. But when I started to separate, the hair just fell apart very easily. I was really impressed with that. I didn't purchase Step 2, which is the shampoo. I think it's called Wash Me Gently, because I have a shampoo that I'm very happy with already. It's mild and it's pH balanced and it does the job for me. So I decided not to purchase the Luv Naturals shampoo. I did purchase the 3rd step, which is the conditioner. It's called Conditional Love. And it functions as a rinse out conditioner, a deep conditioner, or a co-wash. I used quite a bit more of this product than I did with the detangler. I used about this much of the product, and it is also very thick and creamy. None of these products are just going to come sliding out of the bottle. Very thick, very creamy. This product says that it smells like vanilla. And the reason I word it that way is because it doesn't smell like vanilla to me. It smelled more coconutty, but I think the shampoo is the product that has the coconut fragrance. This, to me, though, didn't have a vanilla fragrance at all. So I applied it to the 4 sections of my hair, and it said a little goes a long way, so I tried not to be heavy-handed with it, because especially with deep conditioners, I tend to be very heavy-handed. It didn't have a whole lot of slip. But as I would separate sections again, just to kind of test it out because it didn't have slip, it separated very easily. Of course, my hair was already detangled, but my hair has a tendency to kind of curl back up on itself on the end, and I was still able to very easily pull the sections apart. I use it as a deep conditioner, so I put it in my hair and then put a bag on and applied heat. And I sat for 30 minutes in the heat. Actually, I only sat in the heat for 15 minutes, but I kept it on for 30 minutes. When I rinsed it out, it felt nice, but it wasn't super soft. It did feel okay though. It felt good. It felt like it had been conditioned. It just wasn't very soft. And I like a really soft feel after I deep condition. The next time I'll use more. I think that it didn't seem, I don't know, my guess is that I just didn't have enough on. Maybe I'm totally wrong. So the next time I use it, I'm going to use more and see if that gives me a different feel in the end. The last product I used was Love Me and Leave Me In Leave-In Conditioner. It smells like strawberries, and it's also very thick and creamy. All of the Luv Naturals products say a little goes a long way. It's definitely thick. It was difficult to get out of the bottle. It was so thick. I kept having to kind of squeeze and warp the bottle to get it out. So what I did, because I had to go out, what I did was that I parted my hair into 4, well, I kept my hair in those 4 sections, and then I took the conditioner, put it in my hand, worked it through each of the 4 sections, and then split that section into 2. So I ended up with 8 twists on my head. And I went out, I put a good bit on, went out. When I came home, I started twisting my hair. But what I noticed immediately was that my ends felt very dry. The ends of my hair dry much faster, and the body in the center was still wet, was still damp, but the ends were very dry. They didn't feel moisturized at all. That really surprised me because I expected that this product would give me a lot of lasting moisture at the end, but it didn't. So what I ended up doing was adding more product as I twisted my hair, even though I put some on earlier while it was wet. in this kind of semi-dry state, I put more on, and I started twisting from the back going forward, and when I got about halfway, I just decided to try to spritz my hair because it still felt very dry even with the product. As I put the product on it and went through the twist, it would feel dry before I got to the end, but they would still shrink up quite a bit, as you can see. So I spritzed this part and put the product on, and that felt a little bit better going on, but it was still, it still wasn't very soft. So what I decided to do was, when I got done with this side, I decided to use a different product on this side. In the back, I did use the Luv Naturals product, but from about here forward, I used a different product, but I didn't wet this with water. However, I did use a lot of the product and twist it on semi-dry hair, and I got a lot more length out of this, and it's a lot softer. It's super soft as compared to this side, which is, it's soft, but it's not very soft. And in case you're wondering, I did twist these with them damp, so they shrunk up a bit, but then I took them out and retwisted them again when they were mostly dry to get a stretch. And this is about as much stretch as I got on this side, as opposed to this side with a different product. So this isn't, I'm not trying to do a product comparison so much as a product review of the Love Me and Leave Me In. And it felt okay. I'm glad that I have another product to compare it to though right at the moment, because I can see that the feel of this is a bit stiffer, a bit almost tighter, except I didn't braid any tighter. My hair feels springy, which is what I expect when it's moisturized, but it doesn't have any residual product. Maybe that's okay, but I like using a product that has a bit more oils in it. And this one, this Love Me and Leave Me In, doesn't have very thick oils in it. It does have oils. It has jojoba, it has sweet almond oil, olive oil, coconut oil, but I'm used to really thick oils in my leave-in, like castor oil. Although it doesn't feel oily on this side, it's definitely got more spring to it, and interestingly enough, it has more stretch to it. And like I said, I twisted these both in the end. I twisted both dry, but I still got more stretch out of this one. So just to recap, of the 3 Luv Naturals products that I purchased, I would repurchase the Don't Be So Clingy. I liked what it did with my hair. I liked how easily it detangled my hair, and I liked that I didn't have to use a lot to get the desired effect. Conditional Love, I would probably not repurchase it, although I did like the product, and I liked how it conditioned my hair. It wasn't my favorite as far as the softness after my hair was done, but it was a good product, and so I'm definitely not saying that I would get rid of it. I just probably wouldn't repurchase it. And with the Love Me and Leave In, I probably would not repurchase this either. I had to use a lot more than I expected, and the result in the end was not the soft conditioned hair that I was looking for. It's a good leave-in. I'm glad that I bought it, and I'm glad that I tried it, and I will definitely finish the bottle, but I'm going to have to use it in greater quantities, and I'm expecting that I'll run out quicker than would be normally expected. So I would say that I could recommend these products. I would not say that they're bad products at all. They're very well made, they're very high quality. I know that she put a lot of effort into making them, making sure that they were pH balanced, making sure that they're not going to strip your hair, that they're not going to have any negative effects on the hair. So I would recommend them. However, for my fine hair that's also got thin distribution, I didn't find that a little went a long way with steps 3 and 4. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe, and tell your friends about me. Okay, bye-bye.